The Pokemon Center exclusive 151 Elite Trainer boxes are exploding, selling for as much as $220 on TCG Player. That is $220 for a product that sells at retail for only 60 bucks. And there is simply no sign of this growth stopping. And if you already don't hold these in your collection, is it too late? And what does the success of this product tell us about the rest of the Scarlet and Violet era Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes? Because several of them are exploding alongside 151. Well, we're going to get into it in this video. Let's get started. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the TCG Buyers Club. My name's Gray, I buy cardboard, and I make collecting and investing in Pokemon simple. Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer boxes are actually pretty new. They were only introduced in June 2021 with the release of the Sword and Shield Chilling Reign set. Now, this was the first iteration of the product, and when they were introduced, they basically just contained 2 extra packs and a couple other premium goodies inside. Metal damage counters and a metal coin, stuff like that. And, of course, they had a slightly different box art, which clearly conveyed that these were Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes. So there was an important visual difference between the products, at least when it was sealed. Now, despite these being exclusive and honestly pretty solid products, most of them haven't really performed that well. And then we get the Scarlet and Violet 151 ETB, which, as I've already mentioned, is exploding. The $220 sale price for a $60 MSRP product is a 360% return. These things are going crazy. And obviously, there's the fact that it's 151. This is an incredibly popular set. I'm sure if you're watching this, you don't need me to tell you that. But I did want to take a look at what makes these PC ETBs so special and use this understanding to give ourselves a better perspective for the other PC ETBs in the Scarlet and Violet block. And I have a warning for anyone who's looking to buy new sets PC ETB products as they come out. So make sure you stick around to the end. See, I mentioned that the Sword and Shield era PC ETBs didn't do that much to differentiate them. In fact, the only real differentiation of the product was the design of the sealed product itself. But this actually creates a big problem for the product because once you've opened it up, there really isn't anything left that's special about the product. And so in the end, collectors are totally incentivized to keep their PC ETBs sealed. And this stayed true for all of the Sword and Shield era. And so what you'd get is collectors maxing out their pre-orders for these PC ETBs with each new set and then just sitting on them. And honestly, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I did that a little bit during the Sword and Shield era, but eventually I did stop because these ETBs take up quite a bit of space and it was really starting to add up. And the exclusivity of the sealed product alone just didn't feel like enough. The products were missing something to get collectors more excited. And that's why, for me, everything changed with the release of the Scarlet and Violet block and the Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes with it. Here, Pokemon did something brilliant. They gave collectors an incredible reason to actually open their Pokemon Center ETBs. And it all came down to the promo cards. Because in Scarlet and Violet was when Pokemon first started introducing a promo card in every ETB. But that's not all they did. See, the Pokemon Center pulled one more trick to really hook collectors like me. Oh God, I've spent too much money on PC ETBs, let's be honest. Because not only did you still get the promo card from the standard ETBs, but you got a second stamped promo card that said Pokemon Center on it. And this was it. This was the missing key to these products because now there is an exclusive promo card within the box that many collectors would rip to add to their collection. And this was essential. Because now, instead of the sealed product sitting on everybody's shelves because nobody actually cares to open it, we actually see the PC ETBs be open. So give it a year since they've introduced this format, it's not surprising to see some of these products start to perform really well. And 151 is absolutely at the forefront of that. And the dynamics here are fascinating. We talked about it being a $220 ETB, which is crazy in and of itself for only 1 year of release. But the Snorlax promo card, specifically the Pokemon Center stamped one, still sells for almost $100 for the single card. That's crazy. It's a beautiful card, don't get me wrong. But look at the standard unstamped copy. It's a buck. $1. That's the value of an exclusive promo like this for a really hot set. And across the board, we see these Pokemon Center stamp promos performing well compared to the standards. So collectors chasing the rarer variant have something a little more desirable to collect. And if they're buying the PC ETBs, they've got a reason to open them. There is one more extremely important detail that I haven't really mentioned yet. Maybe you picked up on it, or maybe you've been banging the table waiting for me to say something about it. Because the Pokemon Center ETBs have always been exclusive, at least to the Pokemon Center. And the assumption with that exclusivity is that the supply is lower. And this creates a lot of the desirability of the product. With 151, the pre-orders sold out very quickly online, and on release day, there was a restock on Pokemon Center that sold out incredibly quickly. And this was happening all through the early era of Scarlet and Violet. It was extremely difficult to get a second order of 4 ETBs if you wanted it from any of these sets. And once that launch day restock dried up, well, they were gone. We haven't seen any of them return after that. And so with a set as popular as the 151 set, it's not really a surprise we see this product become the most expensive one from the 151 set of products. Because even if a UPC technically contains more value in terms of packs, it doesn't have the exclusivity. And if you're a sealed collector, that's going to matter. And if you're not a sealed collector, you're chasing that promo card, it still matters. The supply is everything. And this continues to look good for the other Scarlet and Violet sets that are performing. Obsidian Flames is a great example because of the adorable Charmander promo. It was actually a card that was released as part of a 3-card set in Japan featuring the Bulbasaur and Squirtle that finally got released in Stellar Crown. With the full set of 3 starters finally being available, not surprising to see people chase it, and in particular, chase the rarest version, the Pokemon Center exclusive stamped one. But this comes with a huge warning, because up until this point, I've been buying the PC ETBs of every Scarlet and Violet set. I've been in love with this product. But what I've started to see in the last few months has me a little concerned. These products are not selling out immediately like they used to. My conclusion is Pokemon is producing more and more of these boxes. So the exclusivity to the Pokemon Center is looking like it means less and less with respect to that rarity. For example, today I can still buy Pokemon Center exclusive ETBs for Twilight Masquerade, an incredibly popular set with rising booster box prices. I can also get Shrouded Fable, which, yes, is less popular, but it's still a cool product and it's still in stock, ready to go. Similarly, Stellar Crown is also in stock. And Surging Sparks, which is looking like the most hyped set of the year, hasn't sold out on its pre-orders yet, something I'm not sure we've even seen at any point this era. So we're heading into a really big test for these products, which is with the release of Surging Sparks and all of the hype around it. Are these Pokemon Center ETBs going to go out of stock? I think it's going to take a while based on what I'm seeing. And if these products don't sell out quickly upon release, then my assumption is going to be that the supply of these products is now a lot higher than it used to be. And that's going to affect whether I just default pre-order these products with each new set, or if I'm much more selective, picking only the sets that I think carry the most potential because of the promo card, the box art, or the set behind it. Only time will tell what the truth is, but I think we're going to learn a lot over the rest of this year and into next year. But what does that mean for the long term of all of these PC ETBs? And honestly, I still think they have a bright future. Even if the supply increases, the Pokemon Center exclusivity is going to mean that there's less supply than the standard ETBs. I mean, think about it. The standard ETBs serve every local game store, every Target, every Walmart and big box retailer that carries Pokemon products around the world, versus Pokemon's first party direct to consumer retailer. I think we might be surprised at how much Pokemon sells through the Pokemon Center, especially now that they're operating in so many places of the world with the US, Canada, London, Australia, and New Zealand. But there's no way it's exceeding what they sell through Walmarts and Targets and other big box retailers. And as long as that's true, the PC ETB should carry at least a small premium over those base products, and over time should age relatively well compared to the rest of the set. Up until this point, we've just seen an exaggerated result of that in the Scarlet and Violet era because of how relatively scarce these products were at the beginning of the era. In the end, it's still an awesome product. Don't feel bad or don't hesitate if you're thinking about buying them. But as usual, I just found this so interesting to look at and try and understand what has happened before, what's happening next, and what gets collectors like you and me so excited. So if you like this kind of Pokemon analysis, give me a thumbs up, and don't forget, subscribe for more content. I make videos like this all the time. Mostly all the time, I swear. And as usual, thank you so much for tuning in to the TCG Buyers Club. My name's Gray, I buy cardboard, and I'll see you in the next video.